Maestro, I would like to share with you these songs of a Portuguese singer I admire very much, Francisco José. I am curious to know what you think of him. I know you are interested in many different styles. These are Portuguese folk songs, also a part of the fado tradition in Portugal. Hope you enjoy them. My reply: thank you for sharing these songs with me. It's actually the first time I've heard him sing, and I must say I appreciate him very, very much. You can work hard to become his successor. Speaking of technique, what level can you sing at now? Try imitating one of his songs and send it to me. I'll listen to it and tell you what you have achieved, what you haven't, and how you can master his technique in the future. For you, it's very important to focus on a singer who is easier for you to learn from. I read your comments, and you do indeed have a certain vocal talent. You don't enjoy listening to Delmonico. I also don't agree with his overly dramatic style and excessive breath pressure method. However, you can still absorb his strengths. You can learn his strong breath compression to develop your abdominal space. When I recommend a singer to you, it's not to clone their voice, but to clone their technique. If you develop strong abdominal breath support, singing songs by the Portuguese singer Francisco José will become much easier for you. Do you understand what I mean? On Dunan's method, also, I would like to tell you I found your secret weapon, Fernando Orlandis, because I believe, from what I learned about you, you don't want to share everything at once. You have a plan for your teachings, which follows an order, and I trust you. I still need to know about Caruso's mysterious expression with different faces and the meaning behind it, and Caruso's feet position for singing. I believe that when the time is right, you will teach me these things. Right now, I will work on improving my flaws with your guidance. 4, my reply. Ha ha ha, that's very interesting. Thank you for following my videos. You are an excellent vocal student, young man. I have nothing to hold back. I hope to teach you everything I know. I want you to become the #1 baritone in the world, or a top folk singer. I have also done a lot of research on bel canto techniques for folk singing. I even believe that in some cases, the bel canto singing technique in folk music can surpass that of opera singers. You are very polite, humble, and eager to learn. I'm very happy to discuss more advanced vocal techniques with you, and I am also willing to communicate with you through voice calls when necessary. Caruso is the most worthy tenor in history to study because his voice contained the qualities of a bass, a baritone, opera singing techniques, and folk singing techniques. He was truly an all-rounder. No one can surpass him. You are welcome to ask any questions about him, and I will answer you as best I can. Five. My student asked, I have some difficulty understanding the middle register. At the same time, you tell me to bring the breath into the lower abdomen, but to sing from the chest and not to sing too low. I know you talk about different sounds from different combinations of breath support placement and singing placement. At the same time, I hear you always mention deep abdominal breath support, 3 centimeters above the belly button. Do I always try to bring the breath as low as I can, but try to sing from the chest in the middle voice? Shouldn't I try to make the abdomen vibrate? Also for baritones, I believe you mentioned starting the sound at the back of the throat, and for tenors at the soft palate. Is this correct? Thank you. 6. My answer. First, let me tell you a secret that you can keep to yourself. In Italian bel canto, once you master the correct breathing technique, inside your body, there are not just one, but at least 2 different kinds of air. The first type, before you sing, you inhale a large amount of air and hold it. This air is unrelated to the singing sound. The second type of air, I call it the note breath point, which is independent and unrelated to the first type of air. It's like your body's fingers, and these fingers will strike different positions inside your body to produce different pitches. Your body is arranged like a piano keyboard, from the abdomen to the top of the head, and your little fingers, the note breath points, strike the keys, producing the correct sounds. Do you understand? Correctly understanding the different categories of breath is the key to mastering proper breathing technique. I can tell you that no one in the world has explained this viewpoint the way I do. If you ask any vocal teacher with expertise, they will be amazed when they hear it. They will wake up and they will agree with my view. As for humans, I don't expect everyone to understand my point. I absolutely believe that if Caruso were alive, he would agree with my viewpoint. I have no common ground with future subpar singers. Let's get back to the topic. Yes, you must try to lower your breath as much as possible. The lower you position the sound, the easier it becomes to control it with the breath. You asked, in the middle voice, should I sing from the chest? Shouldn't I try to make the abdomen vibrate? The sound in the middle voice must be produced straight, as if coming from deep, deep within the chest and extending forward to the front chest. This is the correct middle voice. You can see that nowadays singers produce their middle voice by singing downwards from the throat, with the power zone of the voice in the throat, which is incorrect. What I emphasize is that the sound should be produced in a parallel manner, starting from deep within the chest and moving towards the front chest. This is the correct middle voice. You can observe that all great singers in the world have this characteristic in their middle voice. No matter how famous they are, if their middle voice doesn't come from the chest, I will never listen to them. Seven, my student said, also for baritones, I believe you mentioned starting the sound at the back of the throat and for tenors at the soft palate. Is this correct? 8, my answer. Where should the sound come from for the best result? This is a question that sometimes reflects my views, but it is conditional. Where does the sound come from? This is not something that can be summarized in a single sentence. Let me give an example. If you are singing a more lyrical song, your first note needs to be produced a bit more forward. You must ensure that your teeth, mouth, nasal cavity, and mask are slightly inflated. When the breath note point reaches the right spot, you will be able to produce a clear, bright sound. However, if you're singing a sad song, you must place the sound deeper in the throat. This way, the abdominal breath is activated more effectively, making it easier to express deeper emotions like sadness or pain. In this case, it is not appropriate to use the forward sound approach because that would make the singing feel superficial and not convey the true emotion. Whether you understand this or not, I hope my answer gives you something to think about. I have never said that tenors must produce sound behind the soft palate. This issue, for now, can be something you don't need to study. Focus on your middle voice first.